Hey everybody, welcome to Chit Chat number 67. One of your favorite uncles, Uncle Natty. Sadly enough, Uncle Andrew's not gonna be here this week. He got busy, he got drafted into World War III. We wish him the best and hope to see him next week. To start off this week, we're gonna be talking about mostly gaming, Black Ops 6 and Borderlands 4. Not much this happens outside of that. Besides, I'm still planning to go to New York hopefully next month. My schedule might be changing at work, getting a different position, but that is yet to be determined. For now, we just sit back and relax and we talk about current gaming events. Actually, Black Ops 6 isn't current gaming events, but I do have some rants I want to do about Black Ops and some sad rants about Borderlands 4. I want to get into Borderlands 4. Apparently, Borderlands 4 is coming out this year in September. You guys do not know, September, I believe 12th. They had a bit of controversy because they had an edition. So each game nowadays for the last decade has had different editions. So there's standard edition, deluxe, premium, all these different kind of editions that come out with a game with different kind of content added. Some with like the soundtrack available on Steam if you get the higher end edition. That's usually $20 to $60 more. So Borderlands has, 3 to 4 different editions. And you got the standard edition, you got the deluxe edition, and then you got the super deluxe edition. And then you got the 151, which comes like with a necklace and all that. I'm pretty sure they backtracked this by now, but originally there was a $150 edition Borderlands 4 that came with like a necklace and a statue. And evidently enough, people got pissed off at this because when you think of an edition, you think of getting also the game, but it did not come with the game. If you paid $150 for Borderlands 4's basically merch, you didn't get the game. So they kind of tricked people, and that kind of pissed people off. But as I'm looking on their website, I only see 3 different types of editions. And looking at the super deluxe edition, the only thing I don't like about these editions isn't that there's more skins. Obviously, if you pre-order, you're gonna get the pre-ordered skins that make you feel special and whatnot. I have no problem with that. The only one I have a problem with is the super deluxe edition. And that's only because it comes with 2 new playable vault heroes, or hunters, as you would say. If you get 2 new vault hunters right off the bat, I'm assuming it's going to be a total of 6 then, because each Borderlands comes with a minimum of 4 every time. One being a siren, the magic user, and you got your assassin, you got your standard soldier, and then you got your berserker type. But this comes with 2 new playable characters. If you spend a ton more, I think it's like $40 more. It's $130. So if it's selling at $70, it's almost $60 more for 2 playable characters, which is quite insane. That they would charge pretty much double the game to get 2 extra characters for a game that you haven't even played yet. They're gonna give you 6 options instead of 4. I didn't like that. I don't think that they should release 2 new characters that are limited to already paying for when the game releases. To me, playing those 2 new characters were always like kind of like you're replaying the game again. Your second playthrough, and these characters happen to be able to buy. Kind of like how Borderlands 2 had the Psycho, and then had the Necromancer lady, where she had the robot. I played both of those on my second and third playthrough of Borderlands 2. But having 6 options where you have to pay almost $140, you have to buy the game twice to have 2 new characters, which I think is ridiculous. It is insane. And to say that 2 playable characters are worth that. And you could say that the skins themselves are also worth it, which we all know it's not. It also says that you get new gear and weapons. If that's true, and they're withholding guns, the whole point of Borderlands is it's a looter shooter. So if they're saying they're purposely withholding weapons, that are worth having for $70 extra in the game. That's a nightmare. That is a game not worth buying. I'm not gonna pre-order. I don't pre-order games anymore. I haven't for a while, which sucks because I love Borderlands 2. Borderlands 1 was my favorite. Then 2. 3 was a disappointment, and pre-sequel was just not. I'm not a big fan of slow motion, and that's what pre-sequel is all about. You know, you're on the moon, you're jumping through the air. So the last two have been kind of misses for me. I thought 3 was great. I just didn't like the dialogue. They missed the whole point of Borderlands. They didn't incorporate you into the story. They purposely found ways to keep you from interacting with the story. You're kind of just a watcher in the storyline versus actually participating in the story. Like the first Borderlands 1, you are the main character in this game, where everybody's talking about you. You're interacting with you. You are the main focus. You are part of a team, and everybody directs you kind of like as if you were the leader. And Borderlands 2 was kind of the same way with Handsome Jack. Right off the start, you go through the first starter town, you're fighting all those Yetis, and he's talking to you directly about you taking your own life because you're messing things up. And he's talking to you. 3, it was hit and miss. It's been a while since I played 3. But it's about, basically, it was not woke, but it was like they're trying to incorporate modern day into this game. You know, VTubers and TikTokers and it just didn't work. And then when it came to like the story, it kind of threw you to the side. You weren't incorporated it at all. Your character, you could literally play like it was like you're playing an NPC character. There were so many times you could have done something, but you couldn't. They threw you into bubbles. You couldn't do anything. It was just, it was boring, not interactive enough. It was just like you were there, and it's like you're the main character, yet they treated you like an NPC. Pre-sequel was, man, it's been a while since I played pre-sequel. It was all right. I just didn't like the space, the jumping around, having to worry about oxygen. You know, that was, I'm sure the story was great. I don't remember the story, to be honest with you. I mean, that's more telling than anything. But yeah, Borderlands 4, they've gotten greedy. They're giving a $60 price tag on 2 unlockable characters. Apparently new gear and weapons that aren't just cosmetic, new story missions and side missions. So you could say that this is like DLC, but this is like DLC. Why is DLC coming out on a game that hasn't even come out yet? You know what I mean? Usually when you release more story missions and more characters and stuff, this is after like the game's been out for like 3 to 6 months. You know, you're gonna add new story missions to a game that hasn't even been out yet, right off the bat. You know what I mean? Because when you played 1 and 2, they had different worlds you could go into through different DLCs. You know, Claptrap had his own. That was after the game came out. It feels like they're just throwing everything at you all at once, and it's gonna be overwhelming for sure. Well overpriced. I doubt this game's story missions for the DLCs are gonna be good, and it's gonna be disappointing. But they are making sure you pay that $130 price tag, which I hope nobody does. You shouldn't pre-order these games. They come out laggy, they come out broken, in a state which usually isn't playable. The person who runs Borderlands 4 even says, you're a broke ass bitch if you can't pay for it. He said you'll find a way. He said the gamers who love Borderlands will find a way. Which, make games affordable. Stop overcharging people. I would not be surprised if they put a battle pass in Borderlands. That's how sad this gaming industry has gotten. And you might be saying, how do you put a battle pass into a single player / 4-person multiplayer? Yeah, they'll find a way. You know, it's supposed to be a story-based looter shooter. You know, there's a story along the way, not just a you know, you get into the game, just kill people. But anyways, that's Borderlands 4. Don't pre-order it. It's wait until the game comes out. See how well it is. I want to know who these 2 new characters are that you could barely play. Maybe there's a trailer showing it, but it has never shown to be worth it. Not once. Anyways, next is Black Ops 6. So I got a PlayStation 5 recently. If you guys do not know, I believe we talked about this last week while playing Baldur's Gate. But sadly enough, Andrew is fighting in World War III. I don't know if he's in Iran or Israel, but who knows, you know? Who knows where he's getting sent? May he come back next week from his tour and, you know, we play. But Black Ops 6, I bought a PlayStation 5, so I got Black Ops 6. I haven't played a Call of Duty since, I believe, Cold War on the PlayStation 4. I played it for a little bit. I didn't play it a lot. But I didn't play Vanguard. I didn't play whatever the other ones were. Modern Warfare 3. I think they remastered that, or they remade it. But I got it. I've been playing it. I prestiged once. I'm almost to my second prestige. I'm going for diamond SMGs. But my biggest issue is the battle pass. While the battle pass gives you the weapons for free while playing the game, you get all the stuff for free if you get to the tier. You don't have to pay for it, which is nice. Problem is once that battle pass is done, you no longer get access to those weapons or any of the attachments that come with some of the weapons. I.e., I was using a shotgun and I wanted Dragon's Breath, but because I've just got the game, it came out last battle pass, so you can get the Dragon's Breath. So I no longer have access to the Dragon's Breath, and that upset me because I wanted to use it because I thought that was cool. To see fire shooting out of my shotgun. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, it's not pay to win, but it's like you miss out on opportunities. Like, there's guns coming out in this battle pass that have literally no recoil, and people who don't play the game for this battle pass aren't gonna get those guns, and they're gonna lose that advantage. So it is kind of a way of, while it's not pay to win, you're missing horrifically out on a lot of guns that could have just came out with the base game. But because they want you, like, why can't games just come out with everything already in, where you can just enjoy it, or just release it where everybody gets access to it? Why do you have to have these time sensitive things that if you miss it on this specific time that you get screwed out of it? Like, I don't understand. It sucks. It really does. This fear of missing out crap sucks. And if you don't have that fear of missing out, you just miss out, which then you're just like, well, I don't want to play this game because I'm missing out. I'm missing all these key things that I could have had, or these bonus things I could have had for free if I played earlier. But hey, you know, life. Also, I don't want to play just one game forever. So yeah, I'm missing a bunch of stuff that I'll never get, and then I got stuff that I'll probably never use. My plan was to get diamond for all original Black Ops 6 SMGs and potentially melee weapons, but I don't know yet. Because I'm not gonna lie, I get confused. I gotta look up which one it is, because I have some of the guns now unlocked. I got from the battle pass, but I don't want to get those to diamond because I don't care. I don't want to play by those rules. I want to play with the original guns that's coming with. I gotta look up which guns came because they're all sorted weird. And so yeah, I'm working on that. And then I haven't played Call of Duty Zombies since, I believe, World at War or World War. I think it had zombies in it. It's been a long time since I've played zombies, and man, I'm disappointed. I found out that apparently you start with a already customized gun, and that already made me sad. It's nothing like the original zombies. It never will be, sadly enough. They've made it to where you have to grind, and that sucks. The whole point of zombies is that you could just plug in and play, right? You all start out with the same pistol. You're in an enclosed area. You get to sit in front of a window and knife. And then if somebody decided to come over to your window, you'd get pissed for stealing your kills. You no longer have to work together as a team, essentially. That's what kind of sucks. Instead, you get to start off with like your already favorite weapon. So you don't even need to try at the box unless you're trying to get like the ray gun and stuff. But it's like half the challenge is already gone, you know, trying to get your favorite weapons. Well, you already have one. You already have your first favorite weapon automatically guaranteed to you. And so it's less of a challenge, and it's very disappointing. And then they added all this side crap called researching your perks. And it's like, why is this here? So you can get your original perks, but then if you play, you can unlock research to get like side bonuses to these perks to make you even stronger, I guess. And it's so unnecessarily complicated that it's just like the whole point was to shut off your brain and just have mindless fun. And now they're like, no, we got to add mini bosses, we got to add research, we got to add subclasses to perks and ammo boxes and bubble gums, which are still a one-time use thing. We had all this stuff to it, and it's like, that's not what zombies was about. It was about killing time with your homies while chilling. And they're like, nah, we gotta make this as complicated as possible. So that was disappointing, heavily. And that's about it this week. Girlfriend went to Disney with her mom and her mom's friend, so been home alone these last 2 days. But yeah, no, I've just been kicking it. Dark Tide will be out this week. No, actually next week. Could be Sunday and Wednesday after Chit Chat. But yeah, this was Chit Chat 67. We wish Andrew the best. We can't wait to see him next week. But this was Uncle Natty. Uncle Natty time. Like and subscribe. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.